And what is awakening? Could you elaborate more on that?
I'll see if I can step back, and let them come through, but I'll say this. The guides have said that even our striving for awakening is the ego, and the ego's idea of what it means to be awake. And that there's still a kind of, I would suggest, spiritual materialism attached to this. But let me see what they want to say to people. And I should say this because your audience may not know me. When I channel, I whisper the words as they come and then I repeat them. Everybody hears things twice. It's miserably awkward to watch sometimes, but so be it. You've asked for it. So let's see if they want to say anything when you were awakened. Or they're saying when you were awakened, you know who you are. And because you know who you are, well, you know who everybody else is as well. You can't deny the truth in another because you can't deny the truth in yourself. The true self that you are, the divine as you. The divine as you is awareness, is in complete awareness of the divine in all things, of the divine in all things. We are awakened. When you are awakened, you can't disregard. You can't disregard another in any way, shape, or form, because it's God, because you are witnessing God as and through them, as and through them. Your ability to claim this, and your ability to claim this, is what supports the realization of a new world, The divine as you. The divine as you is who is awakened, is who is awakened. The small self is never awakened. The small self is never awakened. You all think to go get awake. You all think you have to all get awake, but that's the small self. But that's the small self wanting to achieve something. Wanting to achieve something when the small self disappears. When the small self disappears or recedes to her right place, or recedes to her right place, or is acclimated to the vibration, or to the vibration of the whole in a way that is congruent, in a way that is congruent to the higher awareness, to the higher awareness. This is manifested, not because it would be a nice thing to do, not because it would be a nice thing to do or would feel better or would feel better, the true self as you. The true self as you, the divine as you. The divine as you is who you are, is who you are. That's an idea. Everything else is an idea, period. And they're saying period.
And is that alignment between your small self and divine self, is that the reason of incarnation?
Well, they're saying yes and no, the evolution of a soul. The evolution of a soul in her learning of the true self, and the true self's emergence through this is participatory to this, yes, but you're looking at outcome. But then you are looking again at outcome. I am here to be awakened eventually. I am here to be awakened eventually, which would be, let's say it differently, which would not be so, to be awakened. To be awakened is to know who you are, is to know who you are, and that only happens in the moment you stand it, not someday other. You see, you rely on time. You see, you rely on time to understand yourselves. To understand yourself, you place yourself in this time. And you place yourself in this time, in a linear time of sequence of comprehend things, so that you can comprehend things. The eternal self that you truly are. The eternal self that you truly are exists outside of time, but knows itself in time through you, but knows itself in time through you as you have this shared experience of time. As you have this shared experience of time, and that is a very positive thing, and that is a very positive thing. They're saying, but don't place it in the future as a destination. Claim yourself in the present moment. Claim yourself in the present moment. So it's the only moment you can be realized in, period. And they're saying, period.
That part is a little confusing for me because on one side it seems like it's about being okay with the way things are, but on the other side, I also question the free will concept, like having the free will.
Well, if I understand what they're saying, you have a right to choose. So if I want to go blame everybody else for my problems, I can do that. And I can do that my whole life long, and I learn what it's like to have done that. And that's a choice. And maybe it's not the highest choice, but maybe it's a choice that maybe it's something that needs to be learned, that it just doesn't work. Blaming other people for your problems just doesn't work. It doesn't. It's never worked, I don't think. So, is it about accepting that? I can't say. I don't think that's what they were saying at all. I think what they were saying is that there's a part of you that's already awake, and that's what you're accessing. So if you put that part of you somewhere down the road in the future, you're never going to be okay. Do you understand this? Let me get it from them. Tell the young lady. They're saying, tell the young lady it doesn't happen in the future. It doesn't happen in the future. It happens in the present. It happens in the moment you stand in it. If you are disregarding the divine in you at any moment, you disregard the divine in everything else. It's a choice. It's a choice, but it's a momentary choice. But it's a momentary choice that can have eternal significance. You've all been taught to believe that awakening takes lifetimes. That awakening takes lifetimes. In fact, it takes a second. In fact, it takes a second because you're already awake. Because you are already awake at a certain level of vibrational agreement. As you attune to that agreement, you may know it, you may know it. No, we're not telling you. Now, we are not telling you that this is easy, or hard, What we're saying, we are simply saying that there is an aspect of you now, the true self. We call it the true self. We call it who knows who she is and can claim the kingdom, into manifestation, So, in order for this to be so, you must bypass the egoic structure that seeks to rule the world. The throne cannot have two kings. Period.